from us. And I want you, we can bring it on the floor. Never danced like this before. We don't talk about it, dancing.
Hey guys, what's cracking? We are back today. We are doing another video for Teambuilding University. Alright, so today we're going to be doing a video on special wall breakers. Special wall breakers, also I apologize right now, I'm kind of losing my voice, so might have to make this a quick video, honestly, but special wall breakers are Pokemon aren't going to be as common as physical wall breakers, to be quite honest, but they are Pokemon that are very useful to have in your team. And that's because there are, like, Chansey is a very big special wall, but even among that is a lot of Pokemon that are very strong. I mean, a lot of these Pokemon won't even be able to break Chansey, honestly, but what I should have said actually is that a lot of these physical walls are very easy to bust up on the special side. Like a lot of these Pokemon have a pretty easy time with Ferrothorn. A lot of these Pokemon have a pretty easy time with like a lot of those type like physical walls. They can really smack them around, along with being able to do usually a lot of damage to any special wall not named Chansey or Blissey. Alright, well that said, let's get right into it. I'm going to give Choice Specs Keldeo the first one as probably what I would say is arguably the most versatile and not exactly versatile, but most beneficial physical special wall breaker that isn't a mega, is what I'm going to say. Choice Specs Keldeo does a lot of damage. 357 with a Choice Specs boost is going to be really taking some names. Unfortunately, Keldeo the biggest drawbacks of Keldeo, I can think of three. Being Justified is basically a useless ability. You're not getting anywhere with your ability. It's not helping you out. It really doesn't have a lot of good coverage moves. You kind of Scald, Secret Sword, and Hydro Pump are kind of obligatory on most sets. Icy Wind helps, but it's not great. As far as special moves, you are kind of out of luck most of the time. Like it's just a very small move pool on the special side. It does get Focus Blast, but you're gonna be better off with Secret Sword almost 100% of the time. Yeah, that said, like, it is usable. There are some other usable options, but really, you're gonna be forced to use Hidden Power if you ever want to get a different move on there. So you're kind of limited to this set, which just makes it kind of predictable, but also hard. Even though it's predictable, it is still hard to stop. And that's due to the fact that Scald and Secret Sword, like all these moves, and then Secret Sword, can hit on both the physical and special side. This makes Keldeo what I would say is a fantastic special wall breaker for a lot of hyper offensive teams because it's gonna be able to just hit things on the physical side like with everybody else with using Secret Sword, but it can also hit the weaker special side of Amon if it needs to. So I think that's really great. It can be used Scald. Icy Wind lets it beat Latios if it predicts the switch in. Although Latios really shouldn't be switching into Keldeo anyways. Sorry, just getting some water. But the other big drawback that I have yet to mention about Keldeo is the speed stat. Keldeo, a lot of these wall breakers, aren't extremely fast. But Keldeo sits at a really awkward place. It is faster than a lot of Pokemon, but it doesn't outspeed a lot of Pokemon at the same time, which is why Scarf Keldeo is really great for those like awkward mid-speed Pokemon. But like 108 is going to leave it outsped by everything at the 110 speed tier, which is really unfortunate for Keldeo. The biggest threats that pop up at speed tier are going to be like Latios, Gallade. There's like a lot of Pokemon sitting around there. So it's going to really struggle with that. But if you can work your way around that, you're going to find a lot of power and a lot of versatility through attacking both defenses on this set. Moving on, that was a long talk about Keldeo, but I want to go through the rest a little faster. Life Orb Gengar is great because it can taunt to really both stall break and wall break, really making it very effective against defensive teams, especially because it can hit a lot of defensive teams very effectively. Focus Blast being a 2-hit KO on Heatran, being able to OHKO Clefable, I think, I'm pretty sure, physically defensive Clefable at least. So yeah, it does have a lot of tools to use along with Taunt. Taunt could be replaced with Icy Wind. Gengar does a little more move pool versatility. Could go for a Dark Pulse, which is a little redundant to be honest though. Dazzling Gleam could be nice. Energy Ball, you got Giga Drain. Probably don't need Giga Drain though. It does run a pretty great Hex set, but that isn't exactly a wall breaker. You could go for a Psychic or something. You could throw in a Thunderbolt, like something like that. So you do get a lot of options, and that makes it so it can fit in on a lot of teams. So that's something that's worth keeping in mind for sure. That a lot of times in that fourth move slot, you could fit in another move if you don't really need a taunt user. If we keep continuing, Latios Life Orb Draco Meteor is kind of like one of the gold standards of, and has been for 2 generations straight now. Latios's Draco Meteor is like, if you can survive it, you are a special wall. Honestly, it's gonna dent anything that doesn't resist it or isn't named isn't named Chansey again. Um, it's gonna severely dent a lot of stuff. It'll even, I think, like it even like does like 30-40% of special defensive heat train, which resists it too. So that's gonna be something that's really worth keeping in mind. Um, so I am running defog. Defog is a choice. You could maybe and along with, I'm running ice beam in the last slot. You can throw memento in the last slot. You can throw like earthquake maybe, energy ball. You can put a lot of stuff in that last slot depending on what you feel like your team needs. But this set, like when in doubt, what I always say when I run Latios in my teams is like, when in doubt, just drop a Draco. Like, just, as long as there's no fairy types, something on his team is gonna get hit, and something on his team is gonna get hit hard. Um, like Draco's a pretty safe play just because nothing like it OHKOs a lot of mons straight up. Like pretty sure Keldeo, Choice Scarf, Landorus T gets OHKO'd. Gengar gets OHKO'd. Latios is really a Manaphy check. It just really heavily dents some stuff. Going on, we got Manaphy. Manaphy might not scream wall breaking right off the bat, but what really sets Manaphy apart is its ability Tail Glow. Sorry about that. Tail Glow raises the user's special attack by 3, which allows Manaphy to really take some names, honestly. It's Manaphy just... Wall breaking is generally defined by the ability to not need to set up, but in Manaphy's case, there is some setup here. But that setup is 1 turn before you start walking through people. Manaphy is a great Pokemon, currently S rank for good reason, I think. What makes another really great trait that Manaphy has, even though its ability is not always useful, it's useful if you're running a Rain Dance set, but Surf, Energy Ball, Ice Beam, this is what I'm running, it's the standard set, but it gets phenomenal coverage. Whatever your team needs, Manaphy's got. It gets Ancient Power, it gets Energy Ball, it gets Hidden Power, of course, it gets Psychic, hits Venusaur, it gets Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, gets, like, I don't know, this thing gets just unreal coverage. You're going to really be able to hit whatever you need to hit. Going on, we look at the 2 Mega Evolution Wallbreakers. I'm running a fully offensive Gardevoir here. Psyshock, Hyper Voice, Focus Blast, Energy Ball. This Gardevoir is going to, with launching 429 special attack stat and Pixelate boosted Hyper Voice, is going to really dent some stuff. This set can Focus Blast 2 KOs Heatran. You can really do some damage to Chansey with Psyshock. This set's got a lot of power for it. The biggest problem it runs into is the same thing that Manaphy runs into, which is a pretty crappy place to be at for speed, but it can make too. If you're a lot of really bulkier Pokemon won't be faster than it, so you will be able to really smack them around. But it's Pokemon that it is weak to, such as Gengar, such as Scizor, we can really take advantage of its low speed stat. Finally, we come to Charizard Y. I save Charizard Y for last. Charizard Y is probably, most people would agree with me to say, the predominant special wall breaker of the OU tier. 159 special attack is enough. Stab, Fire Blast is enough. What really seals the package for Charizard Y is going to be the ability Drought. Drought is going to make it so that Charizard Y has 5 turns of Choice Specs boosted Fire Blasts coming off a fully... oh my god, why is it? Coming off a 159 special attack stat. You can really invest into speed or HP, going whichever way you want. I've put a Roost on this set, so it's giving me a bulky spread, but you can do what you want. Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Focus Blast. Drought really seals the package. That Fire Blast dents things, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Nothing wants to take that Fire Blast. It's a 3-hit KO on Chansey, which is huge if Chansey's already been weakened, because I can maybe meet a 2-hit KO. Chansey can no longer switch into Charizard. I don't know. If you haven't tried Charizard, Mega Y, I did do a video on it, and you got to see it for yourself. This thing just packs a wallop. Other big boon to Drought being that Solar Beam is no longer a 2-turn charger move, giving it a perfect accuracy, 120 base power move, which is already great enough in itself. No drawbacks to this to Solar Beam having perfect accuracy and 120 base power, which is already great. But it covers its rock and water weaknesses flawlessly, making rock and water types no longer a counter to Charizard Mega Y. Also, Drought um, means that a lot of water types can't even check it because they can't hope to take a Solar Beam and then hit it back, because Drought will be weakening water type attacks, making them essentially neutral. Charizard Y's one drawback that I will mention being two, being its speed tier, and its weakness to Stealth Rock, meaning it needs a lot of support in terms of Stealth Rock, hazard spinning, hazard support from its team. But if you can manage to make a team around it, this thing will not disappoint you. So I hope that video was helpful, guys. I don't know, in light of what's been going on, like, I'm not feeling too bad. I'm not feeling great still. But I did want to make this video. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I really want to wrap up the Team Building University roles videos so I can start getting into actually how to put them together, which is where this series is kind of headed. So yeah, I really want to try. I think I only have 2 videos left, I think, for the roles series, being geez, only 2 videos left in the roll series, I think, are gonna be setup sweepers, are gonna be your sweepers. So get pumped, guys. Honestly. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, though. Hope you can utilize some of these Pokemon. They're all really great, and a lot of them are very high ranked in the OU tier. So definitely worth trying them out if you haven't. All right, Kraken Nation out.